In this video, I'm going to show you how to run SQL queries in WordPress using WPCodeBox. I recently got Jeff Starr's new book about SQL in WordPress. In this book, he shares a lot of useful SQL queries and information about SQL in WordPress in general. If you want to check out his book, you can find the link in the description below. So I wanted to do a video about how to run SQL queries in WordPress for a long time, and today I will show you how to do this using some examples from Jeff's book. To run SQL queries in WordPress, first we're going to have to create a new snippet. I have one created right here and I set its run mode to manual. This means that the snippet will only run when we click this run button up here. And we're going to see the output here below the editor. Okay, so let's look at the first example from Jeff's book. This is an SQL query that allows us to replace all the occurrences of an URL with another URL. So in his example, we look for old URL in the post content and we replace it with new URL.com. So let's have a look how we can run this using WPCodeBox. At first, we're going to copy the snippet. So on this test site, I set up 2 posts and we can see we have old links. So these links point to old URL and we would like to change them to new URL.com. So to do this, we're going to need an instance of WPDB. This is a class that WordPress uses to communicate with the MySQL database. And now to execute the query, we're just going to do WPDB query and we paste the snippet. So now when we run this code, it will look through all the posts and replace in post content old URL with new URL. So again, we have the site here, we have links to oldurl.com. Now let's go ahead and run the snippet. So the snippet run, we have no output. And now when we refresh the page, we can see everything has updated. So yeah, this is a very good example and it could be extended to replace any type of content you need across all your posts or using some advanced conditions. Before running these types of queries, please make sure to always back up your database first because this action cannot be undone. So every time you do an update, an insert, a delete from the database, make sure to create a backup first. Selects are usually fine and they have no side effects. We're going to look at the select example next. The next example is an SQL query that allows us to select posts. Using this, we're going to be able to find all the posts that have been added in the last 1 month. So let's go ahead and copy it and paste it in WPCodeBox. Okay, so here we are back in WPCodeBox. Let's go ahead and paste the snippet. So this query will return some results that we actually need. So we're going to need to change query to get results. And we're going to store the results in a variable. Now we can do a printr of the results and run the snippet. And now we can see we have 1 post that was published in the last month. Let's go ahead and change the select to just the ID and the post title. Now when we run it, we see something nicer. If you want to have even a nicer display, I found the method online. I will link it in a gist below. So we can do this, and instead of printr, let's output an HTML table. Save and run the snippet. Let's echo that. Run the snippet, and now we can see the results display nicer, the ID and the post title of the post modified in the last month. Now if, for example, wanted to change this to the last 10 years, we just change the number of months and now we can see both the posts we have on this site. The one from January 15th and the one from August 5th. So yeah, this is how you can run SQL queries in WordPress using WPCodeBox. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested, please do get Jeff's book. He has a lot of examples there and a lot of best practices and stuff about SQL in WordPress in general. Thank you.